Hey guys, welcome back to my channel Immigration USA, and today we're going to talk about the Dignity Act. As you all know, this news has been around for 2 days now. So in this video I'm going to break it down and I'm going to give you my honest opinion to see if whether it is worth it or it's not worth it. So we're going to break it down in this video, so stay tuned. Okay guys, so the Dignity Act is a bill, immigration provision, and this bill was introduced by Maria Salazar. She's a Republican from Florida, and Veronica Escobar, and she's a Democrat from Texas, and they are both Congresswomen. So they are in the Congress. So the Dignity Act was around last year. As you heard, last year they introduced it, and that bill was laying around into the Capitol Hill hallways. It didn't make it to the chamber. So this year they trying to push it through into the chamber of the Capitol Hill, so they can vote it and pass it, and hopefully it will pass. So this bill is what it's gonna do, they trying to legalize 11 million of undocumented immigrants living in the United States right now. And this bill says that if you live in the US for at least 5 years, you will be eligible to apply for a work permit, and that work permit lasts 7 years. You can renew it every year, and after 7 years you can apply for a green card. So that's the regulations, that's the provisions that they came up with, which is the Dignity Act. And they call it Dignity Act because you are paying a good amount of money for this. So they just didn't come and give it to you, you paid for it, so you deserve it. You worked it hard, you paid your fair share, you paid taxes, and you paid into it. You contributed to the US economy during that period of time, the 7 years. And every year you have to pay $700. So $700 times 7 is 49, almost $5,000. So it's 4,900. So that's a good contribution into the US economy. And after 5 years you get your green card, but to get your green card you have to pay additional $5,000. and if I'm not mistaken, after that you would have to do some community service or pay additional $5,000. So you would have the choice, either community service or additional $5,000. Okay, so guys, is it worth it? Let's go ahead and talk about it. So I think it is worth it for people that have no avenue. If you think that you cannot get any sponsor, any family member that can sponsor you to get a green card, you should go to this route. I think it is really worth it to pay either $10,000 or $15,000 to have a legal status, because it's gonna be more difficult down the road to obtain a legal status if you have no avenue. And on top of that, even if you have an avenue to obtain a green card, it's not guaranteed, because if you stay here undocumented, you violated the rules, so you might be subject to anything. So to get a legal status through a family member, it can be difficult, it can be very hectic unless you have a good attorney. But anyway, you can go through this route, Dignity Act, and while you're in it, you may have an avenue down the road. Before the 7 years elapses, you may get a sponsor, either family member, a spouse, either through marriage, marry a US citizen, or have a child that was born here and that child is now 21 years old. The child can petition you and sponsor you to get a green card. Or you can get it through employment, like an employer can hire you and get your green card. So at least to me, you should get into this one if it passes. So we don't know if it's gonna pass, but this bill is a great bill to me, because It's not hurting nobody. It doesn't hurt American people. It doesn't hurt you as an immigrant because you're not paying too much to obtain your legal status. I can understand $10,000 to $15,000 is a lot of money, but you're gonna pay it by installments, so you're not gonna feel the pinch. All right, and let's see what else we're gonna talk about. And while you're working, you're gonna be paying taxes. You're not gonna pay the 7% taxes, federal taxes, because you're not gonna take advantage of the government benefits. You know, you're not gonna get any. You're not gonna be allowed to use any food stamp or get any Medicaid or any kind of insurance that's federal funded or state funded, such as Fidelis Insurance, Health Plus, those kind of insurance. You're not allowed to get those insurance when you are in this program. So you would have to get your own private insurance, which is very expensive, and not everybody can afford health insurance really. So you would have to get your own health insurance other than the government funded insurance, health insurance. Okay, so you will be paying only 1.5% of the federal taxes, because which is good. You're not gonna feel the pinch on the federal taxes, because instead of paying 7%, you will pay only 1.5%, because you're not gonna take advantage of the federal benefits. Okay, and also you're gonna see some Democrat and some Republican that are gonna go against the bill, because they play politics with immigrants sometimes. So when this bill get into the Congress, they may modify, they may change it, they may change the 7-year term to 5 years, for example, or they may reduce the amount you're going to be paying for it. There will be some little changes. They're going to propose a slightly different bill, different from this Dignity Act. It's going to be called Dignity Act, but it's going to be slightly different. I'm sure they're going to modify it a little bit, so to make everybody happy, both Democrats and Republicans. But they both want to get credit for this. They want to have votes. That's what they're looking for. So some of them going to be against it, and some of them going to be for it. But I hope that it's a great bill. No, there's no loser on this situation. Immigrants are going to pay for it. They're going to pay their fair share. They're going to feel like they didn't just get this legalization for free. You're going to be paying for it. So that's why they call Dignity Act. So you paid for it, you deserve it, you earn it, you worked so hard, and you paid good amount of money to obtain it. So don't feel like just be proud of this bill. If you obtain your papers through this bill, be very proud, have your heads up, feel like you contributed into the US economy. And also the money they're generating from this bill is gonna be used for the border security. So you're gonna feel like you did something for the US border security. So they're gonna hire more agents, and they're gonna be, whatever they do with that money, a good portion of it is gonna go to the border security. So you're gonna feel like you supported the US border. So you're gonna have a great feeling at the end of the day. You're gonna feel like you're a good American, because you contributed to the US development, border security, and also they're gonna use some of that money to process the asylum seekers. So they're gonna help them to seek asylum in the US, stay in the US while their case is being heard by an immigration judge. Instead of waiting in Mexico, they're gonna be waiting in the US. So there's a lot of things that this money that you're contributing for this Dignity Act gonna go toward US economy. So guys, this bill is a bipartisan support, so hopefully we'll go through it. We'll go to the chamber at Congress, and hopefully a good portion of Republicans will support this bill, and all Democrats. So as you all know, there's more Republican than Democrat in Capitol Hill. So hopefully this bill gonna be supported by both Democrat and Republican. And it's a bill that nobody would say that it's an amnesty, because it's not, because you paid for it and you paid your fair share. And for 7 years, it's a long time to wait for a green card. And during that period of time, you're gonna need to report to ICE every 2 years. So they want to see if you are a good person, if you don't have any criminal record while you having that work permit. So my advice is that if you are eligible for this, go ahead and apply for it. If it is enacted, if it passes the Congress and the Senate, go for it, apply for it, and just be a good person. Try not to get any criminal records, and try not to work under the table. You would have to work anyway. You're gonna be forced to work on the table to pay taxes. So work, contribute, be a good person, feel like you have done something for the US economy. All right, so you didn't come here, work here for free. You work to pay taxes and support the US economy. And hopefully down the road, you're gonna have an avenue. The avenue is that have a sponsor, family sponsor, that can help you get a green card before, maybe 2 years after you get your work permit. You may have an avenue, And the only thing is that's not really good about this bill is that people that haven't been here more than 5 years. Some people been here more than 5 years. Those people are going to be eligible. What about people that been here for 4 years, 4.5 years, 4 years and 11 months? If the bill passes, people that's been here for less than 5 years, they have 24 months to go back without subject to the 10-year bar. The 10-year bar is that if you are in the US illegally for more than a year and you leave, you're not going to be able to come back until, for 10 years, you cannot come back to the US. But they're saying that if you leave, if you have 24 months to leave. If you live here less than 5 years, you have 24 months to go back home, but you're not going to subject to the 10-year bar. So you can come back with a sponsor, or you can come back as a visitor visa, whatever it takes. But to me, it's not fair for these people. But I wish they could do more for it. Hopefully when it goes to the Congress, they will change it, modify it a little bit, make it fair for everybody. But again, this is my conclusion. If you are eligible for this, go for it. It's going to be very difficult to have legal status in the US in the upcoming years. It's going to be very hard. They're going to be limiting immigration like crazy. So if you are eligible, go for it. Sign up and pay your fair share, and you're gonna have a great feeling that you contributed to the US economy. Okay guys, so if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. I hope this bill will pass, and let's cross our fingers and see what happens. And please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any more video again. Thank you so much, and I see you guys next time. Bye bye.